Hello guys! So because of the dreaded C word, lately I've been spending a lot more time at home and also in my garden. I'm very lucky because I have a pond in my garden, which my mum and my granddad built like, I'm gonna say 14 years ago. And it's very small, but there's a lot of stuff in it, so it's been really interesting. And I've just been spending a lot of time observing all of the little creatures in there because the weather's been really lovely lately, and I thought maybe it'd be a good idea for me to draw some of them. So today I'm going to be drawing 3 things that live in my pond. These are not necessarily the most common, but just what I wanted to draw the most. And I'll also tell you about some of the other stuff that you can find in my pond. So the first one we have here is a frog. So the thing about this frog drawing is, for the drawing, what I did was I just googled what kind of frog you found in ponds in England, and I found something called the European common frog, and that was because the frog is something that you very rarely spot, so I assumed that I would not be able to get any footage or any real pictures. But then literally the day after I finished my drawing, I was able to get some really close up footage of the frog. So we used to have a lot more frogs, and that's because when we used to get frog spawn, we would fish it out the pond, and then we had a little tank which we kept outside our house, and we would like raise them in there until they got to the age where they were just tiny little frogs without tails. They were really cute, apart from the fact that they were cannibals. And then when they got to that age, we would just release them, and that's because our pond has a lot of newts in it, and so we didn't want all of the babies to just be like instantly eaten by the newts. Right now, and for the past couple years, there has never been any frog spawn in our pond, and I'm really not sure why. So here is the finished image of the frog. The next creature I'm going to be drawing for you is a pond snail. Pond snails are the most common thing you will find in our pond. So our next door neighbours also have a pond, and a couple years back they said, hey, we've got some snails and they helped keep our pond clean. Would you like some of them? And we were like, yeah, sure. What could possibly go wrong with that? So they gave us 2 pond snails. And now, years later, there is an absolutely ridiculous amount of pond snails. I think I went a little bit overboard with the colours on this one. And that's because I'm the kind of artist who, like, if I see, oh, there's like a hint of orange there, I'll just go absolutely ham and make the whole thing completely orange. So the snail's quite a bit more colourful than it is in real life, but I think that's fine because it looks a bit more interesting than how they look originally, which is bland and brown. And so here is the finished snail drawing. I kind of regret that I didn't do like a background on this one, but I like that it turned out colourful. So the final thing that I'm going to be drawing for you is a newt. So yeah, the type of newt that we have in our pond is something called a palmate newt, and we have quite a lot of these. They are literally everywhere, but unfortunately, despite how common they were quite difficult to capture on camera. My phone basically refused to focus on them. I also had quite a lot of difficulty because they're quite skittish, so if they know that you're around, then they will swim away to the opposite side of the pond, and so I kind of had to like lean over the opposite side of the pond to get any footage of most of them, and I was so afraid of dropping my phone into the pond. Newts are a type of salamander, So the newt's predators and they will eat tadpoles. Apparently on land they also eat insects, slugs and worms. In the water they hunt insects, tadpoles, water snails and small crustaceans such as shrimps. So I actually have a question about the newts, if anybody knows. Sometimes they do this thing where they, I think actually captures it on camera, they take their tail, they like bend it in half, and then on the end of their tail they like flap it, and I'm not sure if it's like a mating thing. So I just looked it up, and apparently palmate newts tend to breed between March and July, but I'm pretty sure they do this tail flapping thing all the time, so I'm not really sure why they do it. But if anyone could tell me, I would appreciate it, because I've always been really curious. I can't seem to find anything on it on the internet. I'm not really sure what to search. But anyway, I really like how this one turned out, especially because I did a background. I know the background's quite simple, but I think it adds a lot, and it's nice to have like that contrasting colours between like the more reddy orange colour of the newt and the green colour of the weed. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope that you have enjoyed. If you'd like to see any more of my work, I have a playlist where you can see my sketchbook tours, and because I don't have much to do at the minute, I'm planning on making a couple more videos in the near future, maybe one based on Steven Universe. So if you enjoyed, please like the video. If you didn't, dislike it, I guess. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!